serious now. They're coming. It's the aliens. It's the government. They want to take our weapons away. They want our children. It's the sovereign citizen. Wait a minute. Sovereign citizens? This is the wrong kind of protection for sovereign citizens. Yeah. This is what we need. Yeah. Right, mittens? I know. It's okay. It's okay, there's silence now. Yeah. Oh, the silence. Yeah, just shut up. Yeah, just shut up. All of you, shut up. No, Squirrel. Hey, Squirrel. Do you know what rights are? These people are so worried about their rights. But what did they do to deserve such rights? That's what I don't get. I mean, because they refuse to make any sacrifices for their country. They can't even make any sacrifices for their loved ones. Will the cops ever make an example out of those people? I mean, just because somebody is too careless to remember what they saw earlier, that doesn't give them the right to record it and study it later. I mean, how is that anything to do with your speech in that moment? And they're going around recording every little thing they see. And then they post it on YouTube, and they don't care who's watching. They don't care who they dox. They don't care. Hey! Patches! Oh, baby, she's so mean, I know. Here, take two. The only thing they exercise is their mouth. Why don't they try the right to remain silent? I feel like there's so much to say and no time to say it. I'd like to know who's using those people. Who's viewing them and who's using them. Because whoever's viewing them is using them to fill our jails and waste our cops' time and waste resources. They're using them to find out what the inner workings of our buildings and our governments are. And they want to know where all the exits are, how many hostages they might have to deal with on any given moment from one day to the next. Because they do have these people return and go back filming everything all over again. Oh, here. Look at Cashew. And they don't know who's studying those cops' names and badge numbers and all the license plates they have them go in there and record. They have no idea who's looking at that shit. It's terroristic behavior, plain and simple. You know, and twisting words and trying to get people to think they mean something else. Like your guys' issue of traveling. I mean, the fuck. If you're travel, like you could travel by boat, plane, car, bike, all that shit. But there's a way in which you use them, you know. You sail your boat, you drive your car, you ride your bike. Their word driver, they're thinking chauffeur. Someone who is employed to drive would be a chauffeur. The one who's doing the traveling in your car is your passenger. If you are behind the wheel and operating said vehicle, I'm sorry, but the definition of that, my dear, is driving. You'd think they know that since they're so smart and all. Hey, Squirrel, do you know what Wikipedia is? Do you know anyone can go in there and write anything they want? You do need to ID yourself if the cop asks you for it. Without it, especially if you're on a fucking live stream begging for donations, you are a goddamn fucking vagrant. You need to provide proof of identification. What happened in the 90s, Squirrel? Did parents just stop teaching manners to their kids? They know nothing of morals or manners. Here's your possible charges, okay? You suspicious characters, You got being a suspicious person, for one thing, alright? There's you being a vagrant, begging for donations and not having any identification. There's loitering, disturbing the peace, because when you start getting all belligerent with your disorderly conduct, which is another one, throwing out threats, hindering indecent exposure for those of you who want to start stripping your clothes off because, can't no one tell me what to do, and cussing around kids, harassment, trespassing, treason, terroristic behaviors, habitual offenders, the way they hide their hands, the hiding of the hands. That's a big hindering right there too, isn't it? And how do they know? Riddle me this, okay? How does cops know whether or not you have a detonation device in your hand? How do they know you're not gonna blow something? You know what I mean? You could have a bomb in the area. Or you could be signaling to a sniper, for all they fucking know. They don't fucking know. And the way they're all so passionate about it. Like, they really don't know the laws. They've really been brainwashed. And I swear, it's like parents in the 90s went to a commune somewhere, and they allowed the village idiot to brainwash their children. Being told you're free to go does not mean you're free to stay. And then with all their, you're dismissed. You work for me. Name and badge number. Give it to me now. Don't even think about it, Mama. You leave Patches alone. Leave her alone. You big bully. Their honest confusion worries me. I don't see how they think it's anything to do with speech, to record something and then study it later. What are you doing, Patches? Are you trying to back in all the way? I don't understand. Oh, isn't it just really grand? Something else about them recording stuff in there, all the buildings that they record. And the people, the employers or employees, they could be checking out what kind of health conditions they're in, and like who's easier to get past, where all the exits are, any address they see, they jot it all down in their little camera. Oh! Okay, that wasn't a good idea. I'm sorry, Mama, come back. I'm just trying to get her out of here. Hold up. There's people that are using them for that shit, man. Those people are not your friends. Oh, my bad. Here's another squirrel. Hello? If everyone acted like that, the world would be absolute chaos. There would be no law and order. There would be no order. Everything would be just chaos. If everyone thought that they make the rules and they get to call the shots and be all belligerent and calling everybody names and junk. What if everyone acted like that? And then we're talking about, you don't need a driver's license to drive. Yes, you do. What you shouldn't need, I don't feel like you should need a license for, unless you're selling what you're catching. It would be a fishing license. I don't think a person should need a fishing license to go camping and to be able to feed themselves for the weekend. You know what I mean? Buying cigarettes and booze and fast food is not paying taxes. You dropped your almond. Okay, well then I'll take it back. And it kills me too when they say they want to tell the cops to get a real job. It's like, what? Why don't they get a real job? All they know how to do is beg for donations and beg for bail money. That's all they do. Want to hear something else, Squirrel? They want to think the world is flat. How do you explain forever flowing waterfalls? And how about this? Imagine this. Hello, students. Here is North America, yeah? I mean, look, say someone wanted to get to Europe from somewhere off the East Coast, like say they're in New York, right? And they want to get somewhere on the other side of the world, like Europe. Okay? If they got into a plane, they'd go right straight up over the water. But then so would the people over here on the West Coast, like in California and junk. They also, to get to Europe on the other side of the world, would have to go straight over the water, over the Pacific Ocean. Whereas the ones on the east go over the Atlantic. You know, neither side has to go over the country as a whole first, beforehand. Yeah. In order to get over here. One goes this way and the other goes that. Then why do you suppose it is? It's because it's on the other fucking side. If it was just here, this one would go over the water and this one would have to go over the country first, right? But that's not the case. And the forever flowing waterfalls. Explain the Great Falls. Hell, explain any stream or waterfall. You can't. It's because we spin, we turn, we flip. That's why the tide rises too when it's nighttime. We flip. They expect to be okay to just abide by a different set of rules. Our rules don't apply to them for some reason, which makes no sense to me. I mean, and they did absolutely nothing to deserve such freedom. I mean, hell, they can't even be bothered to wear a mask for a few minutes as they run into the store. And they couldn't sacrifice even a single month during a shutdown. Not even a simple month. Can't be bothered. Oh. But yeah, everyone's supposed to consider them. They don't have to be considerate of anyone, but everyone has to be considerate of them. I don't understand it. It makes sense. The only one who actually shouldn't have any expectations of privacy is politicians. People should be able to go to the beach with their family and not have to worry about some weirdo creep stranger filming their kids. The only people they seem to be doing any favors for is terrorists. Terrorists who are studying us. All I know is this shit wouldn't fly in the Detroit area. Nope. I guess the moral of the story would be, don't forget to teach your kids about morals and manners. Otherwise they just might turn into one of them. Brainwashed and used. If you want to see any more of these squirrely feedings, or hear anything else I might be bitching about, go ahead and click that subscribe button and stay tuned. Saga always continues here at the Peanut Butter House. You never know what we'll be doing next. Thanks for hanging out at the Peanut Butter House. Get out this piece. Been real.